So now, here's the question we have to ask ourselves. Here's the questions that we need to be asking of the media, which Nets Republic is technically the media, so questions you should be asking me, and questions that seem to keep us up at night. I know I was thinking about it all night personally. How does Kyrie Irving feel about all this? That's been something that seems to be juggling around back and forth from person to person, and I'll tell you the two different things that I've seen just from researching. On one aspect of it, you have some reports saying that Kyrie Irving also dislikes the Sean Markses of the world and Steve Nash, and says he hates it here and he wants nothing to do with management and it's an either or thing. But then you look at Shams, who broke this whole story to begin with, is saying that Kyrie is perfectly content. Now, normally, I'm all for the drama and the tea and for people going back and forth with conflicting stories, but this time we really need to know what's going on, because there are also similar reports, which I've kind of hinted at every now and again, but there are reports saying that Ben Simmons allegedly left a group chat in the beginning of Game 4 going into the playoffs, but those same reports were being shot down by Shams. Let's say Shams. By Shams. So therefore, I'm not sure who to believe, I gotta be quite honest with you. So I'm just sitting here presenting the information to you and just telling you my general feelings on it. With the Ben Simmons thing, I think that's cap. Because how would some random talking head on TV know the intimate details of a Nets group chat? So I think that's cap. I don't think that's what happened. I think it was just poor communication on behalf of Ben Simmons and the coaching staff. I don't think it was Ben Simmons leaving a group, because he was there. He was literally there on the bench. So if he left the group chat, wouldn't they be mad at him or something like that? So I'm not buying that, especially with all the pictures being taken with Joe Tsai and Sean Marks and Steve Nash and Ben Simmons going to the Summer League games, and he's been going to Liberty games, and he's been dapping it up with Daron Sharp and saying what's good to Royce O'Neal and stuff like that. I don't buy that for a second, that the locker room would be anti-Ben Simmons when everyone seems to be loving and embracing him. It's the same thing with the Kyrie Irving news. I don't buy that Kyrie is equally as frustrated with ownership and management, because Kyrie has done nothing, and I mean literally nothing, but show love to Brooklyn and the Jersey adjacent area. And of course to the Nets. I mean, it came straight from the Hotep's mouth, if you will. Kyrie said word for word, "I'll see you in the fall." And I know in the past him saying that he will see us in the fall doesn't really mean anything because his track record's a little wild. But the only thing we have to go off of is random rumors that are painting Kyrie to look like a nut job, or Kyrie himself. And every single time I'm going to go with what Kyrie says. The only time I get angry at him is when he says some wild stuff or displays some extreme behavior. But again, these are things that are coming from Kyrie Irving. I'm not going to believe the rumors. I'm scrolling through Twitter trying to figure out what's what, and I think people are just trying to get their sound bites off. I think people are just trying to stir the pot and get their shenanigans fixed off, but folks are out here freestyling yet again without any facts or sources to back it. And if there's anyone I'm going to trust, is it going to be a talking head whose job it is to have us get on social media platforms and try to put the pieces together like a jigsaw puzzle? Or am I going to go with the athlete themselves and or Shams or Woj? And Woj is asleep somewhere locked under a staircase with Harry Potter's parents, so we got to go with Shams. Shams. Because that is the only credible source we can really go off of right here. Everyone else, I feel like, is just chasing a story. So basically, I'm saying, if you don't hear it from us, and if you don't hear it from Woj or Shams or whatever, I don't think it's real. Because we're talking conflicting reports. They're saying things like, Kyrie said word for word, and they're talking about quotes, y'all. They bringing out the quoties on them, not the paraphrase, and the quoties. They're saying he's sick of them and he hates those guys. Dog, what? with as much as he's going through trying to stay with us, and as serious as he's been to committing himself to fitness and making sure he's out there doing the runs, doing the camps, getting his body back in shape, all the things we're hearing from his trainers and such, saying that this is the season he comes back and proves people wrong. Like, I don't quite understand how you can then come out and say that he absolutely hates it here. If you ask me, it sounds like Lakers fans in disguise. Personally, because that is the exact opposite of what we're seeing from Kyrie. And again, I'm going to go off the actions of the players and whatever Sham says over whatever some random beat writer, probably in an LA market, is making up to destroy Kyrie Irving's character, because it just doesn't make sense. And Kyrie can be a very conflicting person at times, but from someone else who suffers from bipolar disorder, and I'm not saying that Kyrie Irving suffers from it, but Jesus, does he show the signs of it? Sometimes folks can go out and make conflicting decisions. But the actions are what I'm going to go off of. And until Kyrie Irving himself comes out and says, I don't want to be here anymore, which is the exact opposite of what he is showing and telling us, I'm not going for it. I truly think that this whole thing is just KD doesn't want to be here anymore for whatever his reasons are. We don't know because he won't say anything, but whatever his reasons are, that's why he doesn't want to be here. And this is just a Kevin Durant versus ownership thing. This is not a 7-Eleven. No, Kyrie is here to stay. Kyrie loves it here. Kyrie's not going to abandon us by his own willingness, because he might do something to end up not being able to play legally, but that is above us and out of our hands. I do not think Kyrie is trying to make any drama here. I don't believe it. And I am actually defending Kyrie, which is out of character of me as of recent. But again, until Kyrie says something to make us believe otherwise, do not believe these random reports. It's just Kyrie for clicks. And as someone who has literally ate off of Kyrie for clicks for about 2 years now, this is just another example. Take it from the kid, sever the bond. But let me know what you think down below. Whose side are you taking? Do you believe that Kyrie Irving is anti-Sean Marks and anti-Steve Nash and basically anti-Brooklyn Nets? Do you think he's aligning with Kevin Durant? Or do you think all that is cap and people are just chasing stories? I believe people are just chasing stories. I don't think this goes any further than Kevin Durant wants out. I really don't think it goes any further than that. But let me know your thoughts down below. And I read your comments from the other video. Believe it or not, a lot of us seem to agree that the situation sucks for us as fans more than anything else. But y'all have been through worse, and trust me, I've covered worse. So I think we'll be fine, believe it or not. But that's not here nor there. I'll see y'all tomorrow to talk about, hopefully we can get back to the season player reviews and nothing else crazy is going to happen. But until then, sever the bond. You're here on Nets Republic. Make sure you're subscribed so that you can see the video tomorrow. And I will see you tomorrow. Hey, out and go buy a shirt and the link in the description. But do that after you subscribe, in that order. So subscribe, then buy a shirt so we can be twinsies. Yeah.